Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here, coming at you with another one of my decks from my top 10 budget decks after the ban list. And so the one we're doing today is obviously Nekroz. Before we get into it, I wanted to just discuss a couple of options. One being Vanity's Ruler, and the other is Zaborg. So ever since I really started playing this, which is more recently, when like the incantations and stuff came out, these have become very popular, and they are very good in their own rights. So I've been kind of looking into it a little bit, seeing what I think is better. So you'll see which one I chose when we get into it later in the profile. So stay tuned for that, and let's get right into it. Starting off with our Nekroz monsters. Oh yeah, and down in the comments, if you think one is better, Vanity's Ruler or the Zaborg builds, just let me know what you think. But we're starting off with 3 Brionac. It's a must at 3. You just discard it and add any Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. So it searches any Nekroz monster you need. And then if he's on the field, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck and shuffle them into the deck. So very good going second if you're playing against like a deck, especially come Master Rule 5, playing against a lot of decks that make Xyz monsters like crazy or Synchro monsters. You'll be able to just shuffle them back into the deck, which is really nice. I played 2 Trishula. This is another card just really good for going second. When it's summoned, you can banish exactly 1 card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. Really good. And then also, if it's in your hand, if a card or effect is activated that targets a Nekroz monster you control, you can just discard this card and negate the activation. So really good protection too for some of your monsters. 2 Nekroz of Valkyris. This is absolutely amazing, especially in this build I'm doing. But it's got in the hand effect is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish 1 Nekroz card from your graveyard, discard this card, and you negate the attack and end the battle phase. So again, that's more kind of protection for your monsters. But then the main effect you're using him for is during your main phase, you contribute up to 2 monsters from your hand and or field, and then you draw the same number of cards you attributed. So really good. You'll see why as well. I'll explain it. 2 Colossalus, 2 really good effects. Definitely play him at least 2. He's really good. But you just discard him, and you can add a Nekroz spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Obviously, it's going to be a spell, one of your ritual spell cards. But then also, when he's on the field, during either player's turn, you can just target 1 face-up monster that was special summoned from the extra deck. Its attack becomes 0, and its effects are negated. So really good. 1 Unicorn. It's only at 1, so you play it at 1. It's really good. Basically, when this is on the field, you negate the effects of face-up monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. Simple as that. Really good. Then 1 Nekroz of Decisive Armor. I still play him. I still like him. He's a big body, so you can sometimes get him on the board. But during either player's turn, you can discard this card, target 1 Nekroz monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack and defense till the end of the turn. And then his on-the-field effect is you can just target 1 set card your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, banish it. So good for some trap decks as well. And then the last 2 Nekroz cards we play, 2 Shurit. I like him at 2 still. I know he's searchable, obviously, even off of Brionac if you need him, or Rhoda, but I still really like Shurit, especially at 2. If you ritual summon just 1 Nekroz monster, you can use them for the entire tribute, and then if he is tributed, you can add 1 warrior type Nekroz ritual monster. So Trishula, Brionac, or Colossalus, which are all very good in their own rights. That is it for the Nekroz monsters we play. For the incantations, I still like just 2 Chalice Slime. You can just reveal him in your hand, discard a card, and if you do, special summon 1 incantation from your deck. So that kind of just gets some searching going and gets kind of your engine going. 2 Talismandra. He's going to be adding a ritual monster from your deck to your hand when he's special summoned. And he's level 6, which is really nice too. 2 Candle. It's going to add a ritual spell, and it's level 4, which is also, again, nice. 2 Pensaplume. This one's going to target 1 ritual monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. And again, a level 3, so it does come up. And then the least, the one we really don't need as much is Bookstone. Just at 1. He's going to target 1 ritual spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Whereas, kind of the ritual spells allow you to add Nekroz spells from your deck to your hand with their graveyard effects. So he doesn't come up as often, and he's also a level 5. But it's still nice to have all of these. That is it for the incantations we play. And then we play for the other engines we kind of do. 3 Manju. If you don't open, either Zaborg or Vanity's Ruler that we talked about earlier, he's going to be your next best normal summon. You just normal summon him, add 1 ritual monster or ritual spell. Simple as that. Really nice. Level 4. And then the moment you've been waiting for, which one are we playing? And I actually decided to go with Vanity's Ruler. So we're doing 2 Cyber Angel Ben 10. You're never going to summon it. But basically, if this card is tributed, you can add 1 Light Fairy type monster from your deck to your hand, which is going to be Vanity's Ruler. So it's your way of searching out this 1 card. And so your ways of tributing Ben 10 are Valkyrus, or it's level 6, so you can, if you tribute this to summon out Brionac, you can then search out Vanity's Ruler, and then Vanity's Ruler, once it's on the field, your opponent can't special summon monsters. 2,500, so it's just super hard for your opponent to get by. So yeah, I went with that one. Just through a lot of testing and stuff, I really like Vanity's Ruler a lot. But in this build, I figured why not? We're playing both. Decided to go 3 Zaborg. A little anticlimactic there. I like them both. I figured why not play both of them? You're either opening up this or opening up this, and you're going to be summoning them out, usually by attributing 2 incantations that are on the board. And honestly, come Master Rule 5, imagine with a Zaborg, being able to get rid of, you're playing against Shit All Invoked, getting rid of 3 Macabas and 3 Construct and 2 Winda. Basically everything they want to get out, you're getting rid of. Just imagine being able to do that first turn. Really, really nice. And then obviously, if you don't open that, Vanity's Ruler, next best thing, your opponent's not going to be special summoning, so they're not going to be getting out monsters anyway. So I just thought they're both so good. Why not play them both? So that's what I did with this version. And this is again a budget version. And Vanity's Ruler is a lot more budget now. You're paying $1 or under for it. So really, really nice. And then on to our spells. 2 Nekroz Kaleidoscope. This is your one that you're going to be, when you tribute summon, you can send monsters from your extra deck as the cost for the tribute. So that I like him at 2. I really like to see it. And then 2 Mirror. This one you can tribute monsters from your hand, field, or banish Nekroz monsters from your graveyard to ritual summon. So he is really nice as well. And then again 2 Cycle. This one you're going to be able to special summon from your hand or the graveyard. So it's really nice. So if you have some, like a Brionac in the graveyard, you can then ritual summon him out from the graveyard with Nekroz Cycle. So really nice. And then the last ritual spell we play is 1 Incantation Inception. So it is just a good generic ritual spell card, because you can use this to ritual summon any ritual monster, and you just tribute incantation monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal or exceed. So that's why it's kind of nice. You can have a total of 10 and ritual summon out Unicorn with it depends on what you want to do, but you can exceed it, so you don't have to be as specific with this one. And also, if it's in your graveyard, you can send one incantation card from your hand or face up on the field of the graveyard, and then special summon one incantation from your deck. So again, that just kind of gets you some searches off your incantation cards. And we also play 3 Preparation of Rites. Should be a no-brainer. You simply just add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, and then you can also add 1 ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand. So absolutely amazing. And the final card is 1 Reinforcement of the Army. You're basically just going to be able to search Shurit or your Colossalus. So a really nice card. And then the extra deck, here's kind of your targets for your Zaborg that you want to send to the graveyard. 3 Herald of the Arclight. If that's sent to the graveyard, you just add 1 ritual monster or ritual spell. So it gets you some nice searches. 2 Elder Entity. When this is sent to the graveyard, you can just target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So really, really nice, obviously, if we're going second. Getting rid of problem monsters or spells or traps. 1 Omega. If this is in your graveyard, you can target 1 other card in the graveyard and shuffle both that card and this card from the graveyard into the deck. So it's your way of, maybe shuffling back a Herald or something back into the deck. And then 1 Totally Awesome. If this is sent to the graveyard, you can just target 1 water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. And so that's basically all the Nekroz monsters are all water type. So be able to add 1 of them back to your hand. And then our targets for Kaleidoscope is our level 3, level 6, a level 10, level 11, and a level 12. You don't obviously have to play all these like the level 6 and level 3, because most of the time when you're activating Kaleidoscope, you want to be special summoning more than 1 off of them. So that's why you play like a 12, so you can summon out an 8 and a 4. So they're nice. And then the last 3 cards you play are just rank 4 exceeds. They're the easiest ones for this deck to go into. So 1 Nyarla. It's nice because you can, if you have a Herald already in grave, you can then attach it to this card, and then when this is sent to the grave, you'll be able to get another search off a Herald. So sometimes that's nice. 1 Dugaris. Again, he's just a good generic one. You can draw 2, discard 1, skip your next draw phase, and then you can also, the other main effect you're going to be using of his, you skip your next main phase and you special summon 1 monster from your graveyard in defense position. And the last card we play is just 1 Abyss Dweller. Against decks, certain decks, this is going to be killer to them. They won't be able to activate cards in their graveyard. And then if he has a water equipped to him, so if you make him using like a Unicorn, he'll actually gain 500 attack, which comes up every now and then. So that is it for the deck, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked the idea of playing both Zaborg and Vanity's Ruler. I just really like them both. I couldn't, eliminate one and not play the other just after play testing and trying them out. I just really, really like them. So, yeah, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.